You're in tune to the Powerhouse Radio, linking the world to the
Just
Caribbean.
on, just now. Yeah, just now. I'm not quite just now.
Disclaimer. The views and opinions expressed on the Powerhouse Radio station are those of the host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its management, or other hosts or advertisers. The show, found on the Powerhouse Radio station, can promote any lifestyle, belief, religion, political affiliation, or other personal practice. These shows are for entertainment purposes only and are not intended to treat, diagnose, and/or claim any cure of disease or conditions. Opinions stated by various contributors to the Powerhouse Radio and its programming are not to be considered as endorsed by the Powerhouse Radio station. Visitors are urged to use their own discernment to draw their own conclusion. We emphasize the importance of keeping an open mind.
Well, welcome to another edition of Reasoning Thursdays. We're so sorry that we are behind time, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. What matters is that we're here, right? We're here and we're here
Yes, sir.
vibing with you all. And they said they're saying it goes better late than never, right? Better late than
True,
never.
true.
Due to some redoing up in the studio here, yeah, it ran us a little bit behind time, but it's okay because it's fresh and I'm breathing very freely and I feel good. I
Na,
do
na, 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 na.
the
You joining her, respecter?
yes, the greetings,
You
greetings,
not joining
greetings.
her, the respecter.
The
He's
respecter, you're
my
on mute.
yes.
You're on mute. Let me unmute you. You're on mute. The respect.
I'm not on mute.
Now you're not. You were on mute
So you didn't
before. We
hear
couldn't
my
hear you.
statement. Why didn't you respond?
Yeah,
I was trying to. I
because
was
you.
trying to say
Oh,
something like this. If you're not late, you're not Jamaican.
that's not nice.
If you're not late, you're not
You're not
black.
Jamaican.
You're melanated. You're not melanated. You're
I
not
like
black.
Ah,
that. You know, black.
Because I mean, they always say, they say black people time. You know what I mean?
Uh,
You just got to
mm,
do it black people time. But to our listeners, we do apologize for the late, but it's all right. All
entrance.
right, we
The
all
late
right. We're not going.
entrance, eh?
We're not going to sing on that. Okay, we're not gonna sing on that. All right. So we're just gonna dive right into it. We're not gonna sing on us being fashionably, late, but we're gonna sing on that because we have reasons, when these things we have reasons. Right. So Queen, say hail up your listeners, them Queen.
Woo! Gerald, I told you I have me some carrot juice. Woo! Mm. It was only a capful I put in there, but honey, big up, big up, big up, everyone. Good night, good night, good night, good night. I'm glad you could tune in for another segment of Reasoning Thursday. I just want to say congratulations to all the graduates, not just the family members that are graduating, but all the ones who are graduating, young and old. And I wish you good luck in your new role.
All right. The respecter. Go on.
welcome,
Come in.
welcome, one and all. Enjoy yourself. And all those looking forward to a great Mother's Day, happy Mother's Day, and early Mother's Day.
Mhm.
Respect and manners every time.
Yes. And to all of the fathers who stand in the role
That's
of
coming up next
mothers,
month.
we have to big you all up too and say, happy Mother Father Day.
Father Day.
I
That's
like that.
a
I
good
like
one.
that. That's a
Mother,
nice one.
Mother Father Day. You
Mhm,
know what I mean?
mhm,
Big ups, massive, and crew. We are here. We are here. Man, topics, topics. We have to finish up last week topics. Last week topic. We're gonna be what do you call it? Precise on what we're talking about last week. Topic. Okay. And then we have some other reasoning topics that we're gonna hit down on, and we're touching about the Indians, Jamaica. You know, so Jamaica always in the mix. Them, it's just always in the mix. 'Cause, when we're there, we love Jamaica. So Indians are in the mix in Jamaica. Um, I don't know if we got Chucky in the mix, and AstraZeneca is in the mix. PNP is in the mix. Oh, we got Trump. We have Trump in America in the mix. All right, we have Trump in the mix. We have masculation hot in the mix. We also have hot in the mix. School teachers. School teachers are now allowed to bring guns to school in a state. Okay, that's what we'll just put in a state. All right. So we getting up in there, and
You forget one.
what we
There
forget?
is Spectre in the mix.
The Respecter is in the mix. How about that? Respecter
Every,
is in the
every
mix.
day, all day,
So
every day.
we're all day, every day. Share the links. Share the links. If you all receive the links, then share the links. Tell a friend and a friend and a family member. Now, when we're going to talk about the big C, we have to say the big C, because we don't want them to just ban us off of the air and just freeze up our we don't want them to freeze up our YouTube. All right. So we're gonna use Big C because that's in the mix when it comes with AstraZeneca. So right. So trust me, hot, and we appreciate all of the feedbacks that we can that we receive with you. We love interacting with you also. Continue to interact with us. Also go over to the YouTube channel and like, subscribe, where you can be notified whenever we come on. Want to say big ups to each and everyone listening via our telephone lines at 667-930-9036. Listening via our YouTube, our Facebook, listening via our TuneIn app, app, all however you're listening to us. We just want to thank you, Victorious. 89, we just want to thank you for continuing to listen to us and vibesing with us and sending your topics. I have a top with the masculation is a topic that was sent in by Father Skills. So Father Skills, we're gonna touch that topic tonight. And if you want us to reason on a topic, then definitely send it into us at dapowerhouseradio@gmail.com, and on the subject line put reasoning Thursdays. All right. So that way we know the topic, what that email is coming in from. All righty. So we're gonna just dive into it. How about that? Let's just dive real quick and let's get this one out the way. AstraZeneca. Greetings, Don Minded. Blessings to you. Don says
Blessings,
greetings,
Don.
everyone.
Big up, Don.
Greetings. We're gonna AstraZeneca. It's been withdrawn. The creators of the AstraZeneca has withdrawn the big C vac due to rare side effects. Okay. So they're now taking it off of the shelf. And so I sit and I wonder where that leaves persons whom had went and got that big back. Knowing now that even now the company, because you know what, before it was a lot of insinuations and accusations and rumors and all of these things. But with the company itself withdrawing it and saying that it is due to some rare side effects. Rare side effects. I'm that word rare is kind of penetrating to me. Because I'm like, what's the rareness of the side effects?
That
You know?
that so much of them dying from
Yeah,
that
but that. I
vaccine.
mean, that's not rare. I mean, it's a lot of. It has been alleged that a lot of persons have already passed from it, but now it's saying
Okay.
rare. Is this some type of unknown disease side effect that is coming along, and they're not really being specific as to what exactly it is. So all I can say for all of my brothers and sisters out there that had gotten that big CV, definitely, you know, praying for you all and hoping that everything is will be everything with each and every one of you.
And the sad thing about it, lady, is that Jamaica, about 3 or 4 days ago, they're gonna come out and gonna tell the people they don't have to worry about the big C because they have enough vaccination.
V to
Eh?
cover the big V to cover it.
Yeah.
Ah, well,
Isn't that
it's
even though
something.
they
It's
know
something.
that these things that they're putting out there is endangering people's lives, or is it that that's the idea, of getting rid of some,
Yeah.
I mean, population growth and all of that. You never know.
You never know. You never know. You never
You never
know.
know.
Yeah. So we
Uh,
just if anything's going strange, happening strange to you, you don't feel good, certain things, make sure you go to your doctors.
mhm.
All right. Make sure you go to your doctors and get yourself checked up. Don't just take it lightly, because with this new report, then it's something that you all really, really should not take lightly. The persons whom went and got it, and it's a worldwide. It's something that is it is stated, and it came from the Jamaica Observer, that AstraZeneca is withdrawing its coronavirus vaccine worldwide. So this is worldwide, after the company admitted in court documents that the vaccine can cause a rare and dangerous side effect. Okay. So just check up yourself. Though it's no need for alarm. No need for alarm, because I know in the back of our heads we always felt that something may not be
But
right. So
knowing,
no need
once you
for
know, you can
yeah,
do something about
yeah,
it.
you can do
Yeah.
something
But
about it.
just
So
like you
when
say,
you
get yourself checked out.
when you're
Yeah.
feeling off a little bit, go and get yourself checked
Checked
up.
out.
Checked up. There was a comment that was made, and I just wanted to read this comment real quick in regards to it. And I see that Tanya Stevens responded to it, because someone says, can we agree on some ground rules for the next pandemic? Vaccination will be optional, but in capital letters, the person wrote, if you receive vaccine, you must remain at your house and not run to any hospital to risk infecting healthcare workers. Um, if you do not, I'm sorry, if you refuse vaccines,
Mm.
you must remain at your house and not run to any hospital to risk infecting healthcare workers and wasting medical resources. If you become sick, we need alternate shopping days so we can avoid commingling in stores, churches, restaurant, public transit, etc. And schools will be used for whomever kids is from the majority, be it vaccinated or not vaxxers. Each group will also be responsible for the proper burial of bodies from their own group. Can no vaxxers live with those rules? I don't object to your right to not be vaccinated, but you don't have a right to expose me to your infection either. I thought that was a really, really, I don't like to call anyone stupid, but that's a stupid comment. Okay. you know so Tanya Stevens responded and says, can you imagine asking me to give up all my human rights if I choose to opt out of something we know, in capital letters KNOW, is not 100% safe? All right. and that's and that's the thing there, so then another comment came in is, how about if you agree to experiment with a dangerous self-spreading vaccine, still scared, you must stay inside and not run to the hospital if you get sick, and not spread fear to others, since the vax protect you so well. Instead of alternate shopping days, etc., you order your items to your house so you don't infect everyone else with your self-spreading dangerous vax. And that way, the unvaxxed can continue to live life the way we did before, during, and after the big C, without side effects, regret free, especially knowing the vax did not stop the virus nor spread. So that was someone else's response to them. But
Okay.
yeah, they turned it back around on them, because that's why I said it was really, really a silly comment for you, because if these people are recalling this thing, then why would you even make such a silly comment such as that? All right. The respecter queen, you all want to move on? Because it was just a drop in, a
Yeah,
touch and go. All
yeah,
righty. We're gonna also move on and go to. I'm wondering if we should touch this one first. School teachers now allowed to bring guns to school. Y'all want to touch that one, or are we gonna go right
Yeah, start it quickly.
quickly? Right. All right. Yeah. Well, there's a state here. I'm not calling the state because you know, the state has now allowed for school teachers to bring guns to school with them, in the sight of saying that they're protecting the children in school. Um, I don't know. I don't know. I I would like to see what else goes along with it. Are we putting them in safes, lock and key, where irate students won't be able to get to them and ready to shoot up
not
the
not
school?
just irate students, but teachers that have emotional issues or mental problems. Because the teacher will shut up the other teachers then, eh? You
Yeah,
have people that get like that, you know. You
yeah.
gonna trust them with it like that with your children?
To bring into the
It should be
school.
locked up, like you said, lady.
Yeah,
Somehow
I get.
they should have it locked up in designated area, even if they have to create a dome inside of the classroom where no one can reach and it can't be tampered with.
Yeah, yeah.
But
I don't
something,
think
yeah.
it's a good idea for randomly teachers are to be able to randomly walk into the school with guns,
I don't agree
and
with it either. And I was a
for the
teacher. Yeah,
yeah, for with the students. I don't think that that's a very good
yeah.
idea, and I'm hoping
No.
that the parents, some of us, the majority parents, can go
But
into
they
these
can't
board
institute stuff
meetings.
like that unless the teachers, the board,
Yeah, that's what I
um,
was saying. I'm
the
hoping some of
district,
these.
all of that has to be in agreement
Yeah,
to it.
but now that it's out, I'm hoping that
Hmm.
and hope is a great word. I'm hoping that some of the majority of parents will go to some of these school board meetings and
Hmm.
voice their opinion and their concern on
Yeah.
something as big as that, because that's real big. I understand if like the principal or is in the principal office, or someone is
Hmm.
designated to
Hmm.
monitor this gun in the
Hmm.
school. You know what I mean? But for
Hmm.
teachers just to randomly be able to walk with guns in school, it is that
It's
raises a lot of concern
and not going
to
through
me.
any mental evaluations or anything like that. My
Yeah,
goodness.
yeah. I
No,
think there
I
has to
agree
be
with
more
that.
research on
Mm.
that. I think there needs
Yeah.
to be more thought, food for thought
Yeah.
on that.
Hmm.
And hopefully, uh, I don't know. I'm not feeling that one. The respecter, you want to touch it?
boils down to government, lawmakers, and parents. Parents are too quiet because
Mm-hmm.
what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? One day Tyrone is gonna walk in class and he's gonna be angry and he's gonna slap that teacher and take away the gun. He'll go break loose.
Yeah.
I don't know what's wrong with government. Them just allowing the NRA, the gun makers, to keep manipulate the system.
Yeah. And you know what, I wanted to add that it's it's really loud with this particular state that has now allowed it, but which is and but as I continue to research earlier before I came on, it stated that there's 10 states in the United States that have laws that allow teachers and staff to carry firearm. So in the states of Alabama, Arkansas, Florida, Georgia,
South.
Idaho,
I was
Kansas,
just gonna
Missouri,
say the
Ohio,
southern states,
Ohio,
the
South
Republican
Dakota,
states.
Texas. In some states, permission may vary
Mm.
by the districts, but however, the idea of arming teachers is not popular among educators, with nearly 80% of teachers opposing. So,
Mm.
yeah, that's
Good.
something to think about.
That's a
And
Um,
good
what
thing.
they should
Yeah.
what they should really be doing is instead of guns in teachers' hands, how about put the Bible back in school?
You don't think it's too late now?
It's never too late.
Never
It's
too late.
never too late.
We had the respect just about to say the same time.
Mm-mm-mm.
It's never too late. It's never too late. But exactly what are you getting at with
I
bringing
don't know.
Bible
We're
back in the school?
talking.
Like, what type of change do you think that that's going to make to bring Bible back into school?
Well, there's a few books they can meditate on. Proverbs, the behavior of a child and adults, kids and adults. Proverbs, is a good book to teach in school. Get the youth some control of themselves
Mm.
and
Mhm.
understand that the irritation and the anger and the arrogance is not gonna get them where they want to go anywhere good in life.
Yeah.
So I think Proverbs is a good book to start with.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Respect
Well,
your mother and father, respect your parents, respect adults, have
That
manners.
that right there, just
they would
like the
have to start. It would skip a couple of generations because they would have to start from the young one coming up now,
but it's
right?
if something
And
like
then maybe a couple of years from now, then maybe things will change.
That's not a
But
bad
the
idea,
that's out
Queen.
there now, the ones out there now, they have their own mind.
what minds are
They
to
were
be
already
changed.
trained a certain way, and it's not. Yes, some will, might change because of it, but majority of them, I don't think so. I don't think the Bible being put back in there. At least the older grades, maybe the younger ones, it will, reflect on them. But the older ones, that's why I said it's too late for them right now, unless it's coming from the home
It's never
or
too.
certain groups,
It's never
because
too late.
groups can change things.
Yeah, it's never too late. I think maybe if something like that was to happen, I don't necessarily think it's too late, and I would just implement it across the board. Who
Mm,
gravitates, and maybe with how children of today follows instead of being leaders, a lot of them follows. Maybe if they see a lot more of their friends gravitating to the book, then maybe they'll change in some way. But that's going to be kind of hard with church and state, the separation of church and state.
That's
Don,
true. That's true.
Don says church and state should be separate. And what about
Hmm.
kids who are not Christians? There goes the question.
Hmm.
There goes the question. What about kids? Because you have kids who are Muslim, you have kids who practice Buddhism. Um,
Hmm.
you have that's a valid point right
Hmm.
there, Donna. That's a
Hmm.
valid point right
True,
there.
true. Big up. Done.
Yeah.
Yes.
What about the respecter? You want to chime in on that?
You have Black history. So if there's Black history, why can't it be taught to in the groups, Muslims,
But
in
black
their
history,
language, in their uh, religious ways, blacks, whites?
but black history is something a little different
No,
than saying the Bible
not give that. It's a choice.
and teaching religion versus teaching heritage is I
But
think
the
is somewhat different.
but the Bible is more heavier. The
Yeah, but
Bible is more
go ahead.
it's more safer and better for a child to learn and understand that these are the rules, that if you honor your parents, you live your life respectful, loving and caring, peaceful, your life will be better for you and everybody around you.
That was before
It's
freedom of speech
okay,
came
but
in.
okay,
That was before all of these stuff came in.
on the dollar, on the money, in God we trust. Out here down, you're talking about church and state. In God we trust. That is church and state. God, in God we trust. And the national anthem and just about everything they do to their own benefit, where they involve God. If church is not supposed to mess with, if church is not supposed to mess with state or having to do with state, state is supposed to have nothing to do with God.
Dan says practice your religion at home.
It's
But
hypocritical.
if you're I understand where you're coming from with the coin that says in God we trust, but I think the world just about the everyone believes in God when we're being specific as to religion and necessarily saying the Bible. You have different types of book that each call it religion read. So God on a general is something that everyone says. I mean that everyone looks up to. So that I think may be a little bit different, the respect on a coin versus bringing a whole book, because we're talking a full book where we're not just talking verses or chapters. We're talking a full book that is being implemented, that you're saying should be implemented into the school.
But wouldn't it make sense as a start to see that since government allowed this idiot woman to convince government to take God out of the church, out of school, the Bible teaching out of school, but yet it's okay for a child to call the police, or a child to call a teacher to call the police, or somebody call the police on a parent who's trying to discipline his or her child because the child is unruly. It's not just at home that the child needs to know about God. When they step out there, going to school or wherever else, there got to be some teaching about the Bible at a young age. That was supposed to start at a younger age, so they can grow up with that in their heart and on their mind.
And
That right is right and wrong is wrong.
I'll piggyback a little bit as well off of Dan. Practice your religion at home, because I feel that homes, the way that parents are raising their children now, is one of the biggest problem, you know. And parents expecting for these schools to raise their children. We are to instill certain things in our children in homes, in the home. And that even brought us back to even the reasoning that we were having last week as to, you know moms not doing anything with themselves, not raising their children properly, and not um a lot of different things come into that, and it shouldn't just fall on moms, it also have to fall on dads as well. But I'm just saying it also, I think that it has a lot to do with your upbringing of in the home, and that's where that's you are the first teacher for your child. How about that?
Your
We're the
home alone.
first teachers for our children, um because a lot of us didn't have these proverbs and these and the Bible in the school. Okay, I didn't grow up with the Bible in the school. So I would say that, and I grew up very lovely. My children didn't grow up with the Bible in the school, but we all, but it is implemented in our homes. So my dad was a bishop, and he instilled, him and my mom instilled certain things in us, and those same values that they taught me, I taught my children. Listen,
Mm.
I was reasoning with a sister of mine, and she was telling me how her daughter was um, using certain profanity and talking to her in some rude way. And I had to look at that and say, wow. In the back of my head, I said, wow, because even when my children use the DAMN word, they say, excuse my language, mom, but DAMN. And in my mind, I'm like, oh well, to me that's not necessarily a cuss word. You know what I mean? But the
Mm-hmm.
level of respect,
Yeah.
that
Mm-hmm.
I've instilled with them, this is a line, don't cross it. That it is into them from today up till now. So for me, I think that is what you are teaching your children at home, and you can't wait till they get you can't wait till these children get 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 to instill it. You have to teach them these things from their young. Dan says schools that are financed by taxpayers' money should promote any religion in schools. Okay.
Should
So
or shouldn't?
he said should. Schools
Should.
that are financed by taxpayers' money should promote any religion in schools. Oh, he corrected it. He said shouldn't
Shouldn't.
promote.
Yeah, I thought
Yeah,
so.
yeah,
Mm.
because that definitely is correct, because you have people of all different religious backgrounds, and
Mm-hmm.
um I wouldn't want my I wouldn't want my taxpayer money going to some of these other religions that are going on. Carla, Don,
Lady B, yes.
greetings.
Um, I made a typing error. It
Yes,
shouldn't.
I see. I corrected it. I corrected. Yes.
Yeah, but the respecter, boy. I have to come look for you and find you, respecter. Make you sit down and talk. I really have to come find you and sit down and reason with you. Really. Because you said something just now about bringing back Bible in school. Come on, man. In 2024, you're still thinking like that? I am not against people religion. People have a right to practice their religion, but just keep it out of the schools, out of public space with taxpayer money. My money, I don't want my money, my taxes going toward promoting any religion in school. Anyone. If I want to practice religion, I practice it at home. If I want to practice my religious belief, I with my family, we do it at home. I will go to the church on a Saturday or a Sunday or whenever and do that. Not in public schools.
And that is where so many and that is where so many people like yourself fail people, fail young people. You cannot say you believe in God. You cannot say you believe in God and you want your love and peace and all that good stuff and don't believe in teaching the Bible, God, at a young age for these kids in school. It can start as early as kid in the garden. Nobody's saying no when I'm in the high school. You teach them from them young in school. It don't have nothing to do with taxpayers' money and tax money, and it have nothing to do with that. It's about saving the young people. Parents alone cannot do it at home. If a parent is working 8 hours, take them an hour to get to work, an hour to get home. That's 10 hours. The kids in school get home. How much time do parents have on a given day to be in front of a child or 2 or 3 kids? Try and do. It should be a mandatory thing. Teach them at a young age in school. It wouldn't be so much violence and ignorance. But a lot of parents are too coward and selfish for themselves. They don't have no time to make a speech to a principal or a governor, a congressperson, a teacher. Rally on behalf of these kids. Look, everybody turn them back. From the woman vote Bible other school, everybody turn them back. But yet we love God. We are Christian, we are believer. And we see regeneration and suffer every second of every day. It can be done. It can be done and it should be done.
All right, let Dan, before you answer, Dan, there's a comment. Father Scale says, well, will the Quran in school help too? He says, will the Quran in school help too?
My point exactly. So you want the Bible? Well, somebody want the Quran, and so and the Buddhists want their book, and Hare Krishna and everybody want their own book there. So what? What are you gonna do?
Nothing is wrong with that. Nothing is wrong with that. Nobody says the Bible is the only book in the world.
Listen.
Every race of people have their own mindset of what the Bible is.
Then does that not lead to separation and confusion in school?
No.
Does that not lead
No.
How is that a no? Because if I want my children to read the Quran, then you're going to have to put them in a certain class. If this person want their children to focus on the Bible, then you're gonna have to put them. That's causing separation.
Yes.
And that also can cause of fighting because they're because they're not agreeing necessarily on the same things. Yeah.
As far back as we all can think and remember, there's always been separation. It's always been separation.
But look,
why
now listen to me for a second.
Go ahead.
This is a different time. Do you see what is going on the college campuses because of the Israeli and what name the incident? You see what's going on?
You're talking about grown people.
Wait a minute, Darespecta. Let Queen complete her thought and then you come. Go ahead.
Injured and hurt on these campuses because of the Israeli and what have you. I'm just saying, what do you think will happen if you have 5 different religions? Everybody wants to be out in the front having their class. So what? You're gonna have one on Buddhism, you're gonna have a session in the morning for Buddhism, you're gonna have a session in the morning for Catholic, you're gonna have a session in the morning.
And then when is the curriculum taught?
That's
when is the curriculum being taught?
Y'all are not listening to what I'm saying.
Their time. Everybody's gonna want their time.
You're not listening to what I'm saying. Y'all not making sense of what I'm saying.
Years ago it worked, because slavery time was still fresh. Now it's a different era. We're here doing computer now. We still have human. We still have Android. I do answer phone and I do everything. Hey,
they're
already there.
They're already doing it. Go ahead, Darespecta, and then go ahead. Go ahead, Dan.
I just looked it up. the First Amendment of the United States Constitution. I did make it up. I'm reading it from the internet. It says Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion. Congress shall make no law for religion. None.
Did Congress
Okay?
a few years ago pull the top preachers and put them through the fire about money they're collecting and how they're spending money they're collecting? The Congress involved themselves in church with a few preachers.
Did you hear what I just read, my brother?
That is Congress. There does not be a law written, but Congress does not have the right to question the church, but they did, and they keep doing it.
But we're talking about the schools and what have you. That's what we're talking about.
And
Congress
y'all
do
changed
have
it.
a right when it comes to the school.
And you mentioned college and these grown people in college who's marching and rebelling and acting. I'm not talking about grown people. I'm talking about teach the children from a young age. Public school in Decatur, Stone Mountain. Listen for a second. Public school in
everybody. That's what
Dan.
you want. You want to
Dan.
teach your religion and everybody.
Dan. Public school in Decatur, Stone Mountain, Litonia, mainly black communities. And you have your white communities and mostly whites. It can be done. It's not like in Stone Mountain, black schools. Oh, there's lots of Muslims there and Chinese there and Japanese there. The majority. It's the majority, Dan.
What I just said.
It's the majority.
All right.
Your argument don't make no sense to me.
All
I'm
right.
telling you the truth. So I'm just telling you what the Constitution says of the United States.
Forget the Constitution. I'm talking about human. Be a human. Be a human. It has nothing to do with the Constitution and government. Be human. It would be the right thing to have.
Right.
To have the Bible in school, teaching these young people.
Okay, we went from guns in school to bringing up religion, and where we've spent so much time on religion already. Months we've
But
spent
it's
on
always
religion.
coming up.
Religion is always coming up in our
It's
reasoning.
always comes
Because
up.
every
It
night,
always
because
comes up.
every night, without due respect, every night the respect that try to push religion in the conversation. Every night.
Every night.
And
What is that telling you?
Subject.
What is that telling you, Dan?
All right.
Do you see what's happening? Do you see what's happening? What the sister just said a while ago, she asked her question, you never answered. If you see what's happening in the colleges, it's
I did answer that, Dan. Dan, clean out your ears, Dan. Clean out your ears. I said those are grown people. Those are grown people who are marching and rebelling.
Yeah, but those same grown people though, and then we're gonna move on. Those same grown people though are the same people that will instill certain things into the children. And what they're instilling to the children will once again cause conflict on school grounds, because they're going to have their mindset on this and another group is having their mindset on this. And the clash will start on the school grounds because these parents are letting this one know that I'm more inferior than this person is. So it is not, I don't think it's a ground.
It does not have to be that way, Lady D. It does not have to be that way.
That's why I said it's too late. That's the reason why I use it's too late. The phrase it's too late. Yeah.
It doesn't have to be that way. How long they've been teaching black history and other history in school? How many years, centuries?
When we're talking about and I said that
Why
just
the
earlier
with the Bible?
But the respecter, I just said that earlier that school, religion, okay, religion is something totally different than black history. Religion and black history is two separate things. Okay. Father Skill says the college situation is totally different.
Thank you.
Okay. Why you feel that it's
Different
totally
in which
different?
way?
I
You're
keep saying it is
calling at
grown.
069552001 if you want to
It's grown
wanna
as people.
if you want to type it in, that's fine as well. Alrighty, you could text it in or you can also call in at 706-955-2001. Alrighty. So we have someone that's sort of disagree with you, Queen. If your reasoning for the Bible back in schools is suggesting Christianity is a superior religion. Okay. Did you hear that one, the respecter? Father Skills
Listen,
said
I'm not.
your
Listen, I'm
reason
hearing everything. I'm
for
not the
the
confused
Bible
one.
back in schools is
I'm not
suggesting
confused
Christianity. And I guess that's the reason why they took out those things, religion out of school, is because one religion should not be or feel more inferior to another religion. Caller,
Hi, good night. It's
good
Donna. Hi, how's everyone?
And,
good night. Good night.
Good night. Yeah. So yeah, I was just calling in to say that well, I understand what Respecta is saying because you can divide it. Like if you want your child to read the Quran, um and who wants their child to read the Bible, or who wants whatever Buddha book goes with the Buddha religion. Um you can have like classes for people with their different beliefs, students who have their different beliefs in whatever, because the Bible is the book of life and it should be taught to the children.
But
Okay,
then the
so
comment that came up was Christianity. When you bring the Bible in, then Christianity is will be suggesting that Christianity is a superior religion.
because it's among the blacks and white mainly.
Say that again, the respecter.
Christianity is mainly about blacks and whites, people of English speaking, mainly. Other races with different languages, of course, they can be different.
Okay.
So
All right.
Christianity
but
is
but
perfect for the black school and the white school.
You're talking separation.
The
Okay.
Bible.
That was not in our line here, so we're gonna move on because it's 9:22, and we spend more than enough time on this Christianity thing. Alrighty. We're gonna go to we half of this we're not gonna get to. So let's go to masculate and
okay.
right, let's jump into that one because Father Skills is here, and
Uh,
Father Skills had brought up that topic.
uh,
Father Skills also said it's not black or white, the respecter. Okay, well, we're gonna move on from it. We're gonna move on from because we're not gonna finish anything having to do with religion. We're not gonna finish with it. So it's a every week, every month, every thing when we bring in religion. So masculate. What was your thought as to the video that I sent both of you, Queen?
yeah. Well, I watched it and I was listening to it, and I wanted to find out. I kind of knew what the word meant, but then I wanted to see how, because it was used a lot during the whole thing, right? The whole clip. And he kept talking about emasculate. And when I looked it up, the English version, dictionary version, it says it is to make a man feel less masculine. So I was trying to figure out how was it making him, how the daughter was making him, feel less of a man. Even though in in the 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 meaning, it says where the man plays, is deprived of his male strength, and he plays the role of a meek husband. Well, we're saying where the wife is dominant and domineering towards him and what have you. But I didn't see that where the daughter was. I knew he was kind of reluctant in certain things to do certain things, or he caved in into certain things there. But I didn't get it. I didn't get it. And I didn't get what the person who submitted what they wanted me to see within it. So that was my take on it, lady,
Okay, your take on it,
and
the
the
respecter.
panel, and the panel. Yeah.
I kind of look at it like this: a normal man who have knowledge, wisdom, strength, and power, and feel good about self can easily lose all that if someone around him in his life makes him feel different, don't recognize him for who he really is, puts him down, cuts him down, have nothing good to say about him. That can easily make you feel less than you are. It's kind of complicated explaining, but that's just a little bit what I feel.
Okay. I'm going to give my 2 cents as to I see Father Skills made a comment. Hold on, it just popped up here. It says the whole premise was Jamaica was bashing him for doing that with his daughter. And that's where I'm gonna come in. My thought on it is Jamaicans always make big things out of minor things, out of some minor things. If that's something that this man is doing in the comfort of his home with his child, yes, the mom or whomever was videoing it may have shouldn't had put it out there, but this man
Hmm.
was spending quality time with his child, no matter
Yeah.
if it's playing house, no matter if it's playing with the dolls. But she wanted to put on things on her dad, and maybe mom wasn't there at the time, and that's their
Hmm.
bonding and quality time. And I think that instead of looking at putting everything automatically comes up to, oh, this person or that person have this tendency because they may do something that may look like a woman or a man. This man was just spending quality time with his
Yeah.
daughter.
Yeah.
Now if it was possibly the man with his son, and they're both sitting there putting on makeup or
Then
whatever,
that's be
then
different.
I
Yeah.
then my my thought would be maybe a little different, because I would say the father should redirect that son,
Mhm.
and let that son know that, hey, um no, this is, let's go kick some ball, let's come go play some soccer, let's go play some basketball. Try to direct that boy into manly things. So
Yeah.
I just think that it's something
With
that's
a
being
girl is
blown out
different.
of
Even tea
proportion.
parties, playing
Yeah,
tea
because
parties.
the
I see
girl,
dad play tea
yeah,
party with his
the
daughter.
the young
It's okay.
the little girl wasn't, I
Um,
think, her little immature mind wasn't even thinking on the levels that Jamaicans think of, because I mean everything is a bashing for them. As soon
yeah.
as you do something, oh, him this, or oh, him that,
Mm.
I mean,
They don't stand the
so
socks.
that's
Yeah.
my thought on it, Father Wayne, and I wanted for Queen and the respecter to give their thoughts on it as well. So that would be my thought on it. That
Yeah.
we sometimes just exaggerate things that don't need to be. Some things, yes, needs to be exaggerated, but something like this is an intimate time that the father is spending with his child. And I guess they want him to
But
jump up and say, I guess they wanted him to jump up and say, "No, men don't wear makeup."
But you see, lady, what men have to understand is time have changed. You have teachers, you have early childhood teachers that are male, and they have to do dress up with the children. Just, I mean, they have to do that. That's part of their job, you know. Um, Not even spending quality time, but that's part of some men's job. They're early childhood teachers, so therefore they have a thing called dress up area or housekeeping area, and they have to play those roles with those children. And it's not taking anything from them. I've been in schools with those male teachers, and it didn't take anything from them. They're masculine just the same.
Um,
I mean,
Father Skill made another comment. What surprised me was Jamaican women got into the bashing too. And it's all about a follow-up thing to me. Because
mm,
when they see one person write something, then they automatically piggyback off of that comment. And then it becomes a
right,
whole slew of negative comments until someone interjects something positive into the comment. And then you'll see a
mm,
couple of people positively react to that. And then the negative persons come back on, and then so that's it to me. I just think it was a beautiful time with the
mm-hmm.
man spending quality time with his daughter,
Really,
and
yeah.
enjoying his child, and maybe maybe the mom or whomever placed that on social media, maybe they should not have, but they were just trying. I feel that they were just trying to share a wonderful time between a father and a mother, a father and a daughter, and things that dads will do for their daughters. That's a girl
Mm-hmm,
dad. And
mm-hmm,
to think that he subjected himself to sit there and for her to put this makeup on and to put, it's
mm-hmm,
so ironic. But this is a woman to a woman though. But my granddaughter, while I was just doing the show, my granddaughter's mom sent me a video with one of my granddaughters painting her other grandmom's toes. And my granddaughter is only 2 years old, and she was painting, and she got the paint all the way up all over her grandma's toes. But she was like, "Grandma," she said, and in the video, she's like, "Grandma, I want to paint it, please." So, and she's just 2 years old, but that is quality time that she was
mm-hmm,
spending with her granddaughter,
mm-hmm,
and saying, "Oh my God, what a mess on my toes." So it's almost the same thing the dad must have been doing with his child, and that's quality,
mm-hmm.
good quality time.
Yeah,
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 yeah. So
agree.
thanks,
Mm-hmm.
thanks, thanks for that. Thanks for that, Father Skills. We appreciate that video and that thought on that reasoning. Yeah, it's something else. Yeah. So the respected, did you want to comment on it? You're on mute. Or you did comment already. All right. Indians in Jamaica. Indians
Me tell
were
you.
in Jamaica, and the Ministry of National Security have a lot to explain on that, and really they cannot give a proper explanation as to
Okay.
what they said that they were going to do and did not do. And Queen, you want to elaborate?
Well,
Hold on, hold
really.
on, hold on. Before we move on, Father Skills put, my daughter could never touch her mother's hair, so my daughter used to plait my locks. Exactly. You see what I'm
Okay.
saying? Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But as I said, we always we always try to make a mountain over a molehill. Yeah, and it's just closed-minded people, and not looking at the beautifulness of the time that that parent is spending with their child. So yeah, kudos to you. And I hope you let her braid it every other week. Yeah, you should have video it. You should have video it and send it to us. I guess videos wasn't in then, right? All right. So back to Indians. Back to Indians.
I'm telling you, the Indians are taking over. We don't know what is going on out there, but
But they left. They're
there
not
was
taking
that.
over. They're not taking over because they left. They were put on the
They
plane and
left,
sent
but you
out of
don't know
Jamaica.
what was left behind.
That
That's the
that
whole
is
thing,
it.
and that's the question.
That's the question.
Why were they there
No one
without
knows.
authorization? How were they able to even get off the plane
Well,
without authorization
it is.
and even end up in the marketplaces walking around and shopping?
Well,
And no
this
one
is
knows
funny.
how they came about, how they landed. There was no, I guess, manifest, whatever they call it, set up
Yeah.
because no one knew that they were coming. No one knew when they landed
And
until they were on the
Jamaica,
tarmac.
security, national security have, they need to start answering some questions because, well, the reason why they
Okay.
came off the plane is because they thought that it would not be such a good idea for them to have them sit in the hot plane. And then because they had already booked rooms at a specific hotel in Kingston, they said that they thought that maybe they can go and sit there under security, which there was no security and they were left to wander around. So
Wonder
that's a
all
breach of
around.
safety. Jamaica, it's really things that makes you go and for you to think about. But
But,
real quick,
lady, the
wait a
flip,
minute, real quick.
but
Wayne
this,
says,
sorry.
real quick, Wayne,
Mm.
Father Skill says he go on the road with clips in his head. LOL. And then he does say
Okay.
that situation is very suspect with
Mm-hmm.
the Indians, and it makes no sense. It absolutely makes no sense. But why would they let these individuals, if they put them in hotels and they're supposed to be on the guard, where is the guard? And why, the big question, as Queen said, is why um
Mm-hmm.
253, including crew members, were in Jamaica. But
Mm-hmm.
not only that is the big question. The bigger question is the person that they picked up, the Uzbek national that
Mm-hmm.
is of interest. He's of interest to the government,
Mm-hmm.
and they picked up that two of them, as a matter of fact, that was in that entourage that came to Jamaica.
And
So
the duration of time that they were in Jamaica. It
yeah,
was like only 2 days. Why did they go there? 2 days
yeah. Why did it?
by the airplane with all these people on a jet plane. Hey.
Well, you know what? Um, it's things that makes you go, like I said, because
Uh-huh.
Jamaica just have them backside, their butt out, their front out, their sides out, because all of our port of entries, all of the port of entries is not controlled by Jamaica. So the entries are compromised because who give them permission to land?
And who are the people who landed? Asian. Remember, the Chinese and the Asians and all of them been taking over Jamaica now. You see, remember we talked about these airport and these hospitals and all of these things that they're doing behind closed door. We have been talking about this for months. We've been talking about these things,
Yeah,
you know, that they have these little underground thing and secretive thing going on. They build these plants, that one with the big truck. Remember we talk about those big
yeah,
green trucks,
yes.
and it was all Chinese, sorry,
Chinese.
Oriental in them.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, alleged Oriental driving them and in them. They built this big building supposedly for energy or whatever it was down there, and it was Asian. They built the road. It was Asian. I mean, come on, there's something going on. Now, Asian, a whole plane load of Asian landed.
Yeah. It's
It make
it's
you go,
it's
huh,
suspect.
like you
It's
said.
it's it's suspect. It's really suspect, and I would love to hear what the Ministry of National Security has to say. Um, give a better explanation than what they have, and I would love to hear what Andrew has to say, the Prime Minister has to say, with such a big breach, because this is a real big breach of national security. Not only were this was the stop not on the manifest. They also picked up persons of interest from another
Mhm.
country and brought them to
Yeah.
Jamaica, and then was leashed on Jamaica to run wild, not knowing what, as you said, that they left by. And we already have our own security issues, because
We don't
even
know.
the custom agencies, they're saying how much guns and drugs and stuff is being found, on a daily basis now in Jamaica. And
Hmm.
so I think Andrew needs to take a look at what's going on with these port of entries,
I mean,
and who's controlling
lady,
them.
there is so much thing going on there right now. Nigel Clark, Campbell is accusing Nigel Clark. He's saying that he was the worst financial minister that Jamaica ever have, because right now there's $22 million. They're $22 million short, and it can't be accounted for. So I mean, there's just so much going on in Jamaica right now. It seemed like Parliament fighting against each other. I mean,
It
not
seems
just
like,
party now, but it seemed like individual in Parliament fighting against each other. It seemed like the country's in an uproar. It seemed like from looking in.
yeah. The respecter, where you went? The respecter, where are you? The respecter, get vexed.
Why y'all say stuff like that?
I just,
Can you
I
now
just,
respond?
you're not responding. I said about three, four times before this time.
Yeah,
I said
Paul,
it
you don't
before. I said it
respond.
before as well. I
No,
said,
but you
where the
give me
respecter there? The
And just
respecter
getting at
not
your
answering.
feelings. You,
no.
Yeah,
You want
I said, but
you want
I said,
no.
vex. All right,
Remember
go on.
say
What's
remember
your,
say people listen and people watch and all them things there. That's not a joke. And young queen I do something right now what normal. Me
what's
not
that?
what feelings what?
What
Dance
we
say
do?
something and it wanna laugh when I get feelings
What we
what?
doing that's not normal?
I say dance say something and it wanna laugh. What feelings me have?
What Dan said that the two of us
Let's
do.
not go back there.
Listen, you get out, get out of it. Get out.
Listen,
I don't
listen.
know. I don't.
I don't. No, man. Come
Yeah, go
on.
ahead. Go
I know
ahead.
the first time I
That's
do
what
it,
you
man.
want.
Stop that, man. I not have
Do what?
feelings and easily. That easily. I not get hurt that easily.
Do what?
I don't get. What do you mean? Do what?
Yes, explain.
Yes, I'm in feelings. What feelings am I in?
to the
The
conversation.
respecter.
Let's
All
continue
right.
to the
Yeah, we're gonna
conversation and
continue
go
the
on. We
conversation, but
were
I'm going
talking
to.
about
No. Wait a
Nigel
minute.
Clark
We're
and
going to. Wait a minute. We're going to
What
continue
feelings am
to
I having?
address.
What feelings am I having?
I'm going to address when someone says something to you that you don't like, and there's couple of us that, or several of us, may agree to that individual, you get upset. And don't say that it's untrue. The
It's
last
untrue.
wait a minute. You wanted me to address it. I'm going to address it.
Address it.
Okay. The
Address it.
last time, couple of weeks ago, there was a topic that we were reasoning on, and you did get upset because you said it to me later on. You admitted it, that you were upset about the situation. So
Say the situation.
when you muted your phone just now, I called you previously. I said, the respecter, did you want to touch it? You did not answer. You came again, and I said it again, and this time I said it three times, And on top of that, then I said, oh, the respecter is in his feelings. So
So
that's
what make you say
why
that?
I said, listen, it
Why
come
would
me
you say
like
that?
it come me like say me I speak Spanish and you're not.
There's no need for you to say
Come
that.
me like say, yes, there's a need for me to say that. And
But what give you that impression?
we can even
Are we reasoning to?
listen,
What give you that
listen,
impression?
listen, I'm not gonna get cross because we were talking about something that
Nah, man,
ne-
you're wrong.
needs to
I'm
be
not wrong.
addressed.
I'm not
We
judge
were
me
talking about something
negatively.
else that needs to be addressed. So that's what I'm getting back to. You asked me to explain, I explain. So say if you know comprende,
You're
then I
wrong.
know, but I don't know what to tell you if you know
You're
comprende.
wrong. But what's going on in Jamaica?
All right. Yes.
What's going on in Jamaica? It doesn't take a man who can see bright to recognize their corruption on one side of government. Not everybody who came on that plane leave on that plane. There's things that's planted. There's things that's gonna be in the work soon. And it's sad. It's sad that there's nothing the people can do about it because everything is government and business owners, people that have billions and billions of dollars, who's trying to manipulate a system. So trust and believe. Everybody that came out of that plane did not go back on that plane.
I believe that.
Exactly.
I believe
And
that.
that's why the Bible needs to be taught to the children in school because they're speaking origins. And then, people will have a better understanding on what's going on because they're in the churches seeking these origins and bringing them forth. Okay. And if you were taught the Bible in school, then you would have a better understanding of what's going on in your environment.
You're talking
So
curry
that's my
goat.
thought.
You're talking curry goat and watermelon. I don't know where that one came from. If I don't know
No,
where
no,
that statement just came from, Donna. I honestly,
no,
because you just
no, it's not no curry goat and no watermelon. I
yes,
said
it
that is
is that it
why
that
you talked about the
what does that
Indians.
have to do
The
with what does that
Indians,
have to do with religion? What does that have to do with religion
listen to
that
what
people are
listen
coming
to what I'm
into
saying
Jamaica?
because if you see in church, they go
Mm.
and they pray and they learn the Bible. They do Bible studies, and in their congregations, they seek origin. No, because you're not taught the Bible in school, the children, they will never know what's going on around them. Now, you say these Indians, they appeared in Jamaica. I speak about these things all the time on my page. Okay, because after, my own experience and wondering where these
If
beings came from,
if the
I come to the
children, if
realization.
I hate to cut you, but if the children don't, if the children is not taught the Bible in school, they don't know where these origins coming from. I
Listen, listen to what I'm saying carefully. What I'm saying is that the children are the future, and you have to understand what's going on in the world, right? People are ahead of you that going to these religious institutions and doing Bible studies. They're aware of people from BC times, AD times. They're amongst us, medieval times. They are amongst us. So when you said that Indians are in Jamaica, you have to know where these Indians are coming from. And if they were taught the Bible in school, despite whatever religion that you believe in, whatever book is associated with your religion, if you have a class for Catholics, Christians, whatever religion, and you're
FYI,
taught that book,
F,
that you
FYI,
have a better understanding of what's going on
F,
in the world.
FYI, there are all nationalities in Jamaica. This is just an instant where there was a plane and it so happened to be filled with Indians landed in Jamaica. I don't see the reference of the Bible going with that. Don Minot says, wow.
No,
Father Skill says
no,
this flight was chartered for Jamaica, made 3 stops before coming to Jamaica, never had permission to land but still landed, disembarked and
Right.
stayed for 2 days. This
Mm-hmm.
trip was planned. It was planned.
Mm-hmm.
LOL. I don't eat
That's
curry
what
goat
I
at
said.
all. LOL. Yeah,
can't
I
you
mean
That's
can't
what
just
I
go
said.
you
it
can't just
it
go and land someplace. No, you can't just do that. There's something more to that story, and that's what it is. That's what I'm
and
talking about. What is amongst us right
But
now?
you
that I
can do
agree with.
that in Jamaica
That
because
I agree
Jamaica
with.
ports, most of Jamaica ports are run by not Caucasian, but by Chinese, not
That
even
I
Chinese, Koreans,
that I agree
uh,
with, Donna.
You know,
Donna,
it's
that
not.
I agree with what you said. With
Asian.
you can't just go and land somewhere. Somebody know what was going on somewhere and someone is just not speaking.
Yeah,
And it has nothing at all to do with religion. So I mean, there's they came
It has
there
to do with.
because
we-
they came
We're
there
talking
because
about.
Jamaica is a land with lots and lots to offer. And the
hmm
Chinese has infiltrated Jamaica. The Mexicans have infiltrated Jamaica. Lots of
yeah.
different nationalities is infiltrating Jamaica. Here comes the
Like
Indians
they
now
said, the Asian
want
was turned back.
to
No, the
wants
Asians were turned back.
wants to get their piece of the pie. Okay. Father Skills says I agree. Somebody knows something. Somebody definitely
Yeah,
knows something.
somebody knows
No big
something.
old
They,
plane with 253 people can't come and land and given permission to land without somebody knowing something. And as the respecter said, it will come out sooner or later. It will come out on what the purpose of them being in Jamaica was for. And as the
yeah.
respecter also said, some who came in did not leave out because if there was not a manifest, then you don't know whom and whom
I just don't
really
know.
was on the
That's it.
plane.
Yeah. hmm And nobody knows anything. How did they? How did they just let them go like that without even questioning? I mean, I didn't hear anything of anyone being questioned.
Well, they are being questioned, and the chartered place, the chartered company, is saying that Jamaica is in breach of international laws because it does not require a visa to go to Jamaica. So they don't understand why they were detained and why they are being basically treated as criminals. So we will see
But
where the saga where the saga ends up. Father Skill says people cannot violate your airspace just like that. They cannot. Somebody knows
mhm.
something, and nothing
Mm.
are
It's
bigger
not.
than time. Exactly. Nothing is bigger than. So we will definitely it has to come out.
Another thing, Lady D,
The dark will come out to the light. Go ahead, the respecter.
if our Prime Minister have not made any noise for the public to hear his voice and say this is, he's mad at somebody for not doing their job,
Mm-hmm.
then he 1,000,000% was expecting that plane.
Yes. Yes.
But he's been quiet for the past couple of months. Don't you hear? Don't you see? Have you been hearing him lately? I've been more hearing Golden than him. And like someone said, one of the people I'm in Parliament says, Mark Golden, if he's not elected, Jamaica will be the next Haiti. How true is that?
Well, we're not going to claim that. We're not going to claim that.
No, definitely not.
Yeah.
We definitely don't want a riot. We
I
don't
mean,
want
they have to
riot
get
like
a
that.
grip. I mean, it's like there is so much, embezzlement going on. There is so much laws are being broken, and the leaders are the ones breaking these laws and expect the public to follow suit. You know, they are sometimes the ones who bringing in these guns, these captains and what have you. Sometimes they're responsible for bringing in these guns and ammunition and all of that. Because they have that freedom to do so.
The respecter
I
Father
mean,
Skill says, I agree, the respecter. All righty.
mm,
For your statement, with Eva, the Prime Minister, he's not saying anything. He's mum. Mum is the word.
mm-hmm,
Mum is the
mm-hmm.
word. So
Right.
I, you know, time will tell, and we'll definitely, we'll definitely find out what exactly they were doing there, and
Mhm.
we'll definitely find out what they were doing there.
Remember, lady, this had came up before, even when acid was on, where we talked about the money, all these money that was coming into Jamaica and what have you, and not being accounted for. And now that they did this, all this was done. Well, this was posted. I saw it on several entities, and it was 3 days ago. Where they're saying that about that 22 million that came up short. But
Also,
it's been happening for a long time.
also, with something such as this happening, I'm hoping that the Ministry of National Security, as well as Prime Minister, will check their holding facilities, because they're saying
Mm,
one of the reason as well why they allow them to go to this hotel is because there's no detention center um, at the airports, or in the area that can hold so many people. So
mm,
they need to check, they need to build and do something better than putting them, in the line
mm,
of fire with citizens, because you may have put a lot of the citizens of Jamaica lives in danger, because you don't
mhm.
know what the agenda of them visiting Jamaica was. They said they came on vacation unannounced.
30 days.
Yes.
I guarantee you that there's 5 or 6 hotel rooms that's been occupied and stuff are being cooked up.
Okay.
I guarantee you, because for them to have the hotel and nobody check them, their status or anything, is some corruption being about to explode in Jamaica.
Hmm.
I mean, these things you see in the movies. These are the behaviors that we see in the movies. They're not checked, and they're in these
No
hotel
other
room.
country you can
And,
go to and just land
and you
like
know
that.
what?
You
And
ever hear any country like that?
you know what? Father Skills is wants to reiterate to us that
It's just it's
again, he
something
says
that's
that
going.
the flight was chartered for Jamaica, which that was true. It was chartered for Jamaica for a 2-day vacation.
But
So yes.
but the people on there,
Like,
Jamaica did not have their identity
Mhm.
to check them off.
There was no manifest on them. They were chartered for Jamaica, but there was nothing there to say okay XYZ. But they were chartered, so they knew where they were going, and they knew what they were coming for. We just didn't know that they were coming, and we didn't know. Well, some of us
And
didn't
I
know
mean,
that they
them
were
walking
coming and
around
what
all
they
the
came
all
for.
the women them a sell them things them talking to. I say, look at this.
Man, it is, it
People.
is, it is, it is, it is. We're gonna have to get up on out of the air chair. It's 9:57. I heard Donna speaking in the background. 'Cause Donna's still on the line. You were saying something, Donna? I apologize.
yeah, I was saying, yeah. I mean, you said the flight was chartered for Jamaica, so then I just stopped saying what I was gonna say because I was gonna make a comment in
Yeah.
regards to planes like the ones on 9/11, and where was the the president of the United States of America. He was in Florida reading a book called My Pet Goat.
Yeah, but
Okay,
our
so
but Andrew was
right, the
there.
children,
Andrew was
so
in
that with
Jamaica. Andrew didn't leave
mhm,
Jamaica or was hiding anywhere. He's in plain sight. But someone
Mhm.
knows something, and as
mhm.
we stated, we are most definitely, time will tell.
So
Time will
that's
always
what
tell.
school that's what
Yeah.
school and the children would have to do with knowing what's going on, because that's exactly where the president of the United States of America was
Okay.
when the attack happened. No Secret Service
Okay.
went to his rescue or any of those things. Something is not right. And like I
We
said, children
definitely
are
know.
always
Yeah.
it always correlates to the youth because
Okay.
they are the future. And that's why I say if the Bible was taught in school, a lot of things, not
All
only
right.
children to, I
All right.
mean, because children
Mhm.
become adults.
All right.
So the thing is
What?
that if you go to school and you're not taught the Bible, and you get
It's
older and you're gonna
okay.
be an adult
It's
and you're not gonna know.
it's
You're
okay.
not gonna know. So
My
that's just the whole
children,
thing.
it's a wonderful idea. My children are my oldest is 40 this year, and my children did not raise with the Bible in the school, but I instilled what I needed. And I understand that some persons may say parents alone cannot instill, but I done a darn good job as a single mother with four children, and none of them are statistics, and none of them are
Right.
terrorists, and they all have
Educated
common
men.
sense because
Educated,
I've
handsome men.
instilled that they're all college graduates, and I've instilled that in them. So therefore I cannot fall on that theory that that has to be in the school system in order for our children to be led the right way. It is 9:59. We're going to get up on out of the air chair. Father Skill says, why are prime ministers not saying anything? And that is the question um,
Yeah.
that the respecter rose as well, Father Skill, is why is our prime minister not saying anything? He always has something to say, and he has nothing to say on this. So we'll definitely revisit it a little bit more, and we'll watch and see when the time comes for us to speak on it. We'll definitely speak on it. Queen, you want to say arrivederci to our listeners?
Yes, it was a pleasure learning and earning because I did earn something from these, talks that we have and discussion that we have. I just want to say thank you again for joining us another Thursday. Remember, go to your YouTube channel, press that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share. Share with your friends, your coworkers. Just tell a friend, okay, that we are on every Thursday. Thank you all again for listening. Have a blessed Mother's Day. To all the mothers, big up, big up, big up, big up.
Blessings to you, Queen. The respecter.
Well, thanks for tuning in and continue to do the best you can do to take care of you. Respect and manners.
Right. Man, just want to thank each and everyone once again for listening, and for each and everyone who commented. We thank you, Father Skills. Thank you, Donna, for calling in. Thank you, Don Minot. Don Minot says, "Have a blessed night until next week, if it's the Most I will."
Mm,
Jack, guide and blessings to you, Don. And we just once again, I would just once again like to say Happy Mother's Day to all of the mothers, and the father mothers, and the aunt mothers, and the uncle mothers, and each and everyone that is instrumental in a child's life. We just want to definitely thank you. Alrighty, so blessings to each and everyone. You all have a fantabulous evening, and definitely join Let's Gripe next Wednesday from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. If you have a gripe, that's the place to be with Tonya Marcus and McKenna. And definitely, as you're doing right now, continue to listen into Reasoning Thursdays each and every Thursdays with yours truly, Lady D, Queen and the Respecter. And most definitely listen to the Lady D show each and every Saturdays from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. with all your news, views, interviews, what you know about it, joke of the day. It's all stuff. It's a little bit of this and a little bit of that each and every Saturdays. This Saturday, I'm going to be signing off early. We have a stalwart of our community that has passed away, Bert with Footprints. Um, Restaurant and Lounge has passed away, and they're having his memorial service this Saturday. And the repast is going to be over there at Vibes Nightclub. So if you all are interested in attending a fantabulous gentleman celebration of life, then definitely come on out, join us at Vibes. And also for the memorial service is going to be held at Greater Hope Refuge Temple. That's 2358 Panola Road, and that's in Lithonia, Georgia. So if you would like to come out and show your respect and your love. Then, if not the temple, then definitely join us at Vibes, and we're gonna do it up like how Bert likes it. All righty. So blessings to each and every one. Thank you once again for joining us. To the mothers, this one is for you.
Yeah, dedicate this one to my special mother and all mothers over the world. This one's for you. Mama Pansy done no struggle with us over the years. We love you.
You're in tune to the Powerhouse Radio, linking the world to the pivot.
All the mothers of the world, this is for you. This one's for you, Mom. Been through the struggle you won. God bless your two ones. Wash me clothes and cook me food. And when I see perform, she's the greatest mom. Mama, I love you, queen of my home.
You're in tune to the Powerhouse Radio, linking the world to the pivot.
Wait a town and tell the people. This nation rule the nation.
Sing this for you, diamonds for you, rubies and pearls.